So in this video, I'm going to talk about cardio and some of the benefits you can claim from doing cardio and some of the mistakes people make. Cardio is anything like running, swimming, jogging and running. The biggest mistake people make when training for fat loss is they prioritize just doing cardiovascular activity. They don't do any weight training and they don't pay any attention to the diet. One of the biggest mistakes with that is the day you stop doing your cardio, you're burning less calories. You only burn calories during the exercise for the most part with cardiovascular activity. When you do resistance training with weights, you're adding muscle to your frame, you're adding new tissue to your frame. That tissue needs to be supported by calories, so you're increasing your metabolism when you add muscle to your frame. And it does create that lean, athletic look as well. So a lot of people prioritize just doing cardiovascular activity, so the day they stop, they haven't made any change in their metabolism, they've solely relied on it. So when you stop doing cardio, people typically experience more of a weight gain effect and a kind of relapse effect. So you need to be doing some kind of resistance training and using cardio as a supplement to your already current routine to help burn more calories. That's the only benefit from doing cardio in a fat loss routine, besides improving obviously your heart and lungs and your endurance and things like that. So for someone who's a small woman, or who is a female in general anyway, typically obviously you burn less calories than guys do. So for you to sometimes get leaner than get relatively lean, you would have to either drop more calories or do more exercise. I would always recommend doing more exercise, just because you'll be able to maintain your metabolic rate more by eating more food. You'll be happier and you would feel better as well. So it's just a tool to burn more calories. There's nothing magical behind it. You could literally run a marathon, and if you took more calories than you expended, you would still gain weight. So there's nothing magical behind it. It's just a way to manipulate your caloric intake for the day and help you burn more without dropping more food, especially if you're in a fat loss routine. A lot of people say when building muscle they do cardio to stay lean. That is somewhat true, but you have to bear in mind that if you're trying to build muscle and you need, for example, just as a ballpark, you need 3,000 calories to gain weight, and that's to gain like a pound a month or something like that, and you're doing an hour of cardio a day and you're burning 500 calories. Now at the end of the day you're taking in 2,500, which is below that target you need to gain weight, so you won't gain weight. So it's going to put you out of that surplus which you need to be in to build muscle. So you need to really pick one goal or the other. Cardio is just going to put you in, it's going to help burn calories. So if you're trying to build muscle and you need them calories to grow, you need to be aware of it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, and if you were to do it just to keep your heart healthy and things like that, just make sure you eat enough to compensate for that cardio session. And I would much rather you get the benefits out of through your weight training, keeping your rest period shorter and keeping maybe your repetitions higher to get that cardiovascular environment. But you just need to be aware of it when building muscle. There's nothing wrong with doing cardio, but it's going to manipulate your calorie intake, and if you need 3,000 to grow and you're under that, obviously you're not going to gain weight, whatever your caloric goal might be. So I hope that helps. Another thing is that people typically train very long sessions of cardio. If you can maintain a cardio session for 1 or 2 hours, there's something wrong there. It should be so intense that you can't, I would say, never do any more than maybe 30 to 45 minutes if you're training for fat loss. It should be intense and it should be hard. You should be leaving a puddle of sweat on the floor. You shouldn't be able to really talk that easy through it. It should be relatively difficult is what I'm trying to say. It should be based more on intensity and not the duration of it. Depending on what type of cardio you're doing, I'm not going to get too much into that, but just so you know, cardio is just used to manipulate your caloric intake. It doesn't mean that it doesn't guarantee fat loss. It is just to manipulate your calories. Allows you to eat a bit more if you were to do some cardio and improve your heart and lungs. So I hope that helps. Just trying to keep it simple, and I'll speak to you soon.